All right, I'm over here. I am over here. I am here. Okay, I'm here. Hello, whoever's watching. Good morning and welcome to this morning's morning vibe. This is how I used to do it. Hello, good morning and welcome to this morning's morning vibe. And I will tell y'all, okay, last night I was very triggered. I was very triggered last night because I came in my room and I need to get a new ring light. Okay, let me just be honest about that. Ben needed to get a new ring light. But it wasn't like this, okay? So I just told Michaela, like this is why I don't want you in my room. This is why. So if you ever have questions about why I'm saying just get away from my room, it'd be stuff like this. Okay. So that happened. And this morning I was looking at some Facebook memories and oh my gosh, I'm grateful for the growth. Okay. Because I've been doing my work and I have this in because I have the video on because I was working on a little song, but we're just going to keep going. We're just going to keep going. If I have to pull cards, I'll pull the cards on top of the headphone string. Anyway, so it is Friday and I showed up. Them kids don't have to go to school today. So I'm a little bit late, but it's okay. I'm still here. I hope everybody's doing well and that this week wasn't too trying because they was trying it. I'm not going to lie about it. And we are in the Mercury retrograde shadow period. And on the 27th, Mercury retrograde starts for real. So I don't know. I may have to make some adjustments to what I'm doing because what happens to me typically is like technology stuff. So I'm not trying to be on here screaming because it ain't working. Because I'll absolutely get triggered and be like, ah! And I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. So I have, let's see, I've been doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday on here. And then Thursdays, the live stream into the Bug Pod group. And yesterday, I know I write LA, I already know, but it's okay because I feel like we've already had a taste of what is coming. So if we can handle what has already taken place in the last couple of weeks, then we can handle anything. Okay. So yesterday, whenever I streamed into the group, it went ahead and didn't show my video. So I was like, why is nobody watching? Well, they didn't know that I was on there because it didn't show my video. So I'm going to have to download it and then re-upload it. But it's okay, you guys. It really is. I am listening to Santana featuring Lauryn Hill from the Supernatural album. That was one of the albums that really carried me as a teenager because I've been doing this music as medicine thing for a long time because I watched my daddy do it. And he never told me, that's why he was using the music. But that's why he was using the music. So a couple years ago, I had the Healthy Vibes. It was like a vendor market. I love doing a vendor market. I love doing a vendor market. Anyway, so I watched a video and I was like listening to Santana and sharing with the people why I do the morning vibe and how important it is. And I asked the question, like, if you try the morning vibe this morning, check with me tomorrow to let me know how much better your day was than previous days. And honestly, you guys, the morning vibe is what brought me from where I was to where I am right now because I was consistent and intentional with how I want to set my day up. So when we talk about doing a morning routine, that's what we're talking about. How are you setting your day up? What is your morning vibe? So if anybody watching has a morning routine that they want to share, it doesn't have to be the whole routine, but like one thing that you do specifically that like sets you, do share that with us. So yes. Okay. So coming up, I am going to do Healthy Vibes, a holiday market. So y'all know that I did Healthy Vibes and then I did the Last Chance Ladies holiday market. I'm going to combine those two events. And I think the date I'm looking at is December the 4th. So I was talking to Reggie. He's my DJ from Healthy Vibes. So he's going to come in and play music again for us. And I was like, Reggie, yes. Yeah, LA, I just had a really wonderful chat with myself. I had a really wonderful talk with myself because I was feeling kind of bad about something I did. And self was like, girl, stop. And I was like, you right, self. And Liz, I see you talking about nature walking. I love walking outside. I love it, love it, love it. But I was talking to Reggie about the venue, and I was like, I've been trying to get in touch with these people, but they're not hitting me back. And he was like, don't worry about that. The venue will come. And I was like, you're right. So I'm just going to go ahead and set it up. And then we'll wait for the venue to come into the experience. So look forward to seeing a flyer on that. And then some things came up this week from conversations with clients and even just friends. And I am going to do another smaller seminar, not 4 days, because that was very heavy. I was very concerned about some of our participants. I was like, that was a lot of stuff we pulled up. So I want to do a smaller one, and I'm going to focus on overcoming imposter syndrome and limiting beliefs on the search for your authentic self or your higher self, whatever you refer to it as. So I'm going to be doing that likely probably November. So we will put that in the books and get that going, because it's so frustrating for me as a person who has overcome this and done it. Thank you. I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed it. Because it's not something that can't be done, and I just watch people with so much potential and so many great gifts hide themselves because they have these ideas of what it means to be successful in that sphere. Like, that cannot be the way. You have to take that off the table, because otherwise you'll never get to it, because you're not that, because you're looking at the other person doing it. And the truth is, you guys, is those people are not that either. That's just what they're showing you. So when you understand that and how to do it for yourself, it's a game changer. So that's what we're going to talk about in this next seminar. I just came on here to chat. I haven't pulled cards. I haven't talked about shit. But, this is my show. I can do it however I want to. So maybe I will pull some cards here. It has really been an interesting week for sure. And another thing that has been coming up is like, people, for some reason, have a weird way of valuing service because there's no tangible product. They're like, well, why would I pay for that? Because somebody went to accumulate the knowledge that you are purchasing. Like, that was a long time it took me to develop this program and accumulate the knowledge that I have to share. If you don't want to pay for the knowledge, then you got to go out there and get the knowledge. So those are the alternatives. Either you spend your energy to do it, or you spend your money to get what somebody else already collected. You guys, it's not rocket science. It's just not rocket science. It's either I pay for what you've already developed, or I go develop something on my own. And it's just energy. So which one do you want to do? But you have to realize why people put a monetary value on their service. I had a conversation with somebody yesterday who was like, well, why do we have to pay for this stuff? Well, what you mean? Why do you have to pay for it? I paid in blood, sweat, and tears for this stuff. Like, I didn't have any money to pay anybody. So I had to go out and get it. If I wanted to feel better, I had to figure the fuck out how to do it myself. So if you don't want to do that, then you have to come off some coins. And that's just it. Like, same thing with web design. You can go design your own website. You can do that. But that takes your time. So if you don't want to spend your time, then you need to spend your money. Otherwise, you're just not going to have one. All right. So I am calling in the support of my ancestors, angels, ascended masters, my heavenly Father, my creator who lives in me. Hallelujah. I honor and see myself. I agree to find the path, stay the course, trust the process, and enjoy the journey. All right. So give us some cards about this energy for the day. I really haven't been looking at the chart. All I know is Mercury's fixing to go retrograde, and I'm not here for it. The sun did move into Libra. And there was something else that I was supposed to be talking about. I don't know all of the laws of Maat, but what I do know about her is that when we die, this is the rumoring, when we die, she is the judge there. And what she does is she will weigh your heart against a feather. So however light your heart is determines what you do next. Okay. So when I talk about being light in the body, That is essentially what I'm talking about. And I didn't even know that that's what I was talking about whenever I was like, you just got to be light in your body. It just came to me. It just came to me. So when I talk about doing work and doing shadow work, I'm talking about lightening up your body. Lighten the body. Become less victimized. Feel free here. Like, so many people own everything that happens to them. This person said this to me. Now you take it. Like, the person who said the thing to you is traumatized and carrying a lot with them. And they're giving it to you because they don't know any better. But you don't have to keep it. Somebody projects onto you. You take that and put it in your bag to carry with you for the rest of your life. Why? You do not have to do that. We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. Like, when you start to realize that you also did these things, or whatever you hate other people to do, you also operated like this. You have grace for yourself and grace for others who are still doing it because they don't know no better. They don't know. And I've been saying this all week. You know, we say when you know better, you do better. But when you don't know better, can you really do better? You know, light could be illuminated or light from burdens. You know, I think a lot of this too is like just good mirroring. Like, sometimes I will get offended by something and be like, well, girl, you just did that last week. And I'm like, oh shit, I did. And then you work to not do it. That's really it. Okay, what we got? We got 8 Pentacles in reverse. Not want to do the hard work. 4 of Swords in reverse. Not taking them breaks. Feeling pinned down. The Tower and the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, let me sip some coffee. This is good. This is good. All right. So here's what I'm gathering from these cards. Sometimes, in order to get to the 10 of Pentacles, I love the way there's so much light in this room that you can't really see this card. Sometimes, in order to get to the 10 of Pentacles, the Tower must fall. Okay, so you have to bring down what has already been built. And sometimes there's a refusal to take the time required to visit with yourself in those shadow work periods. 4 Swords in reverse. And develop 8 Pentacles. She's working at the desk. Jenny, I was about to mention you. I'm so funny that you just popped up. Okay. Yes, I did pull that whenever you came on. So when I passed out in public, Jenny and I have been having this conversation over and over again. She was like, I keep seeing 4 swords for you. I keep seeing 4 swords. And I was like, I gotta work. I gotta be out here working. And she's like, girl, the 4 swords keeps coming up. So like, sometimes you need to go sit your ass down and reflect. You know, like maybe it's not necessarily for you to do a lot of work externally, but an internal work and a shedding, like with the Tower, in order for you to have new material to work with and develop from. This girl is really at the desk. Like, I am making these pentacles, you know, like, but people don't want to do their damn work, either internally or externally. So that's why you pay, because if you don't want to do it yourself, it's got to get done. It's got to get done. You'll never get to the pinnacle of the pentacles if you don't do some work. Never. Like, you guys, okay. So like, let's just look at it like this. Let's say I'm in 2019 where I was, and I was like, I want to be Miss Creative AF. And I want to be consulting with people on brand strategy and helping them make more money so that we can pop the black dollar. And I want to be helping people to recognize their excellence and their power and their truth. If I never took inspired action in 2019 to do that, Would I be right here streaming this information to you guys? No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I would just still be wishing it. Man, it would be really nice to be able to do this. It would be really nice to be able to do this. Well, how you start the process is by taking inspired action. And that might be you doing something or you paying somebody to help you. Those are the alternatives. It could be going to read a book that gives you the information that you need to take the next step. And the thing is that we're going to go as far as we can go by ourselves anyway. But at some point, you will get stuck and you will need to reach out for support, whether that's through the divine or through another individual. So be open, Miss Cute AF. Thank you. Thank you. This is like, oh my God, I didn't even feel cute whenever I put this on, but I was like, I'm okay. I'll still go out there. So yes, that's all I have, I think, for today. Like I said, the kids are at home. So Miss Michaela is going to be working in her room. She just asked me how old I was. And I was like, I'm 37. And she was like, really? And I'm like, yeah. I said, I think that's the problem here. You think I'm like 8 or like 10, but I am a grown woman. I am not 8 years old. Then she told me while I was walking up the steps, I told her, I said, I have something for you to do today. She was like, you're not the boss of me anymore. I'm the boss of myself. I said, oh, really? Where are you about to go live? And she was like, what? I'm like, yeah, where are you fixing to go stay? You about to go move somewhere? Where are you about to live? And she looked, confused. So I'm like, because people who said our mom is not in charge of them anymore live somewhere else. She was very discombobulated, but I'm like, you could never. If an 8-year-old child was like, I'm about to be independent, oh my God, I wouldn't even go to her house. I wouldn't even go to her house. I'd be like, no, Michaela, because I know you didn't clean up. So yeah, that happened. It was pretty funny, but impossibilities. Anyway, so that's all I have. If you want to get to the pinnacle of your pinnacles, if you want to see your success, you must take inspired action. And sometimes that means you need to get help to do that. So please, please, please ask for help from the divine. If the person or the thing, because it might be a book, it might be a blog, comes into your experience that provides you with what it is that you prayed for, do not turn away from it. Do not turn away from it. Say thank you. And don't be afraid to do new things, to try different things. Like sometimes if you want a different result, what do we have to do? We have to make a different choice. Okay. All right. Oh, let's see what the Starseed cards say real quick before we jump off of here. I have not a lot to do today because I don't overstock my Fridays. My Fridays are for me. And I'm not, the bottom line is I know what makes me overwhelmed. And if I get overwhelmed, I have to hit a 4 swords and I have to pass out in public. And I'm not doing that. And I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But I'm looking forward to developing this new seminar because I think people really need this help. Like so many people feel like I can never be what I want to be. I could never be who I want to be. I could never do that thing. Well, the only reason why you can't do it, honey, is because you keep telling yourself you can't do it. So have you thought about telling yourself that you can do it? Have you thought about doing it that way? Have you considered changing? And I was talking to Chris yesterday. on that stream. And I told him that essentially what I had done was I had been playing the same record over and over again for years until I took the record off the player and put a new record on. So if you've been telling yourself, I can't, I'm not good enough, I'm not this person that I have on this pedestal, take the other party off the pedestal, put yourself up there. Define success by where you already are. I'm successful if I change the way you view success, and that will change your whole entire life. So we've got surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, and make love to life. Absolutely. Hallelujah. If you know where your Venus is, what sign your Venus is in, tap into that energy because that is how you turn your light up. Okay. The beauty, the magic of love is in your Venus energy. So wherever your Venus is, that is how you embody the sweetness. Okay. Mine is in Taurus. So of course, I'm a glamour girl, luxurious earth beauty. I got to be that. I can't fight against that. I can't be like, well, people might say this. People might call me vain. People might say that I like myself too much. Oh, well, I spent so many years hating myself so much. I would rather you be like, why do you like yourself so much? Than you be like, you're sour. Hell yeah, because I hate myself. So I'll never go back to that. I wouldn't give a damn how y'all feel about me calling myself cute. I'm cute. Thank you, Jenny. MS cute AF. Yes. All right. Okay, so I'm about to go be a mama and do the morning vibe on Clubhouse. If y'all want to join us there, you can. Friday's kind of a chill day. All right. So I guess I'll see y'all later. Don't be a self-hater. All right. Bye-bye.